Hi everyone and welcome back. So before going into deep into Nest.js, there are some theoretical aspects which I wanted to cover. Let's take a look on all those things. So everybody says that Nest.js is Angular inspired. Is it? I think yes. Let's try to see all these things together. So here you can see shared concepts and comparison. Yes, Nest.js Common Core, Platform Express, these all libraries are actually Angular inspired by design, like because Angular is also TypeScript heavy. So shared concept you can see. If you are Angular developer, for you understanding the Nest.js from the aspect of dependency injection and IOC is kind of easy. So in Angular we use ng module, in the Nest.js we use module. Component controller, injectable. Hierarchical dependency injection, but it's a different, it's container based dependency injection. Metadata decorators, pipes are for transform data. Here also we use pipes to transform the incoming payload. Route guard, that is concept is kind of similar, because in Angular we are protecting the UI routes. In Nest.js we are protecting the API routes. In Nest.js, in Angular, we are calling HTTP interceptor. In the Nest.js, that is request interceptor, because we have to intercept the request and validate few things. So this is what we do in Angular, right? ng module. Same thing has been converted to module, database module, config module, user controller. All the things are kind of similar. Exports, what this particular module is exporting, providers, like all the services, controllers, change to declaration in Angular. Okay. Components and controller. In Angular, there is a component obviously because you are actually writing a UI route and putting the component. In the Nest.js, that is converted to a controller because here we are writing API backend. Dependency injection is kind of a similar, right? Because the DI is not cannot change with the UI or APIs. So here we are injecting the user repository and HTTP client. In the Angular world, we are injecting the same data service, which are going to talk to the APIs indirectly. Pipes, Angular pipes and NestJS pipe, you won't find much difference because the objective of those are kind of same. You can say transform. Guard comparison. Yes, in Angular we have a route guard, or you can say yes, route guard, which like, okay, you cannot go to the profile page until unless your session is validated. Similarly, in the Nest.js we have a API route guard. What it says is you can go to the profile page if your session exists. So the objective is different. There we are validating the UI thing. Okay, UI page you can publish only if you have a session. Here we are checking in the request object. Okay, we will validate your request. If the session exists, then we will allow you to access that particular API. Interceptors, in Angular interceptors we were using to patch something in the HTTP request before sending it to the API. In the Nest.js interceptor, same thing we are doing, but here we don't have like UI interface. Interceptor we are actually sending either to modify the request, or in we mostly use response interceptor in the Nest.js to add more metadata attribute in the Nest.js response, API response. So why Angular pattern? Because Angular is TypeScript heavy, DI, testable, modularity, testability, proven architectures, and strong typing with the TypeScript. So if you are familiar to the Angular development, then I think the transition is very easy and I really love. I mean, it's production ready, TypeScript, modular, safe, and if you are building hundreds of microservices, all can follow the same structure and same pattern. That's why this is the philosophy. Design philosophy of Angular and is kind of similar. You create modules, metadata for storage, reflection API internally it use, and it use a DI container in the Nest.js, which is resolving your services and all. Okay, so this is, I always thought like I should explain it to developers how Nest.js is inspired by Angular.